Very good morning, everybody. Welcome to Microsoft Ignite. Are we excited?
Woo! Come on, guys.
Woohoo! Okay. So, welcome to this session. Navigate your way around Microsoft Ignite. We're going to spend between 60 and 75 minutes really getting you guys pumped up and excited, because I think you guys are in for a real treat this week.
Absolutely.
So, I would like to introduce my my colleague. Yes, this is Miss Moneypenny, and what can I say? Do you expect me to talk, Mr. Bond? No, I expect you to die.
Right.
So, Naomi.
Thank you so much, Andy. I am so excited to be here, guys. I really am. And it's just a wonderful event. And I apologize that we're in a very dark room, but you know, it's all good, right? We're going to wake up and learn about the new event here. So my name is Naomi Moneypenny, and yes, as Andy mentioned, my name really is Moneypenny. So if you have those James Bond jokes, okay, just please hold them up, and we'll try to manage those. I am the Chief Technology Officer at Many Worlds. We're an ISV that works with SharePoint, Office 365, and Yammer. Does some really cool stuff in machine learning, and it's a big privilege to be up here. I'm also a Microsoft Office 365 MVP, and have been for quite a few years. And the most exciting thing for me at Ignite is really connecting with all of you guys, really connecting with the community and understanding basically all of the things that we're working on. I think Ignite is a very special event because we're really coming together across the whole technology stack. So all of the things that you're doing, right, in terms of Microsoft stack and even beyond into open source, we're going to talk about a lot of those things during Ignite this week. I'm going to hand it over to Andy to introduce himself.
Thank you very much. Good morning, everybody. Officially, my name is Andy Malone. I'm from Stirling in Scotland. When I'm there, I'm not there very often, but I travel quite a bit. I'm a security MVP. I've been speaking at Microsoft events now for about 10 years. I'm an MVP, like Naomi. I specialize in cloud and also Office 365 as well, and also cybersecurity. And I'm doing a bunch of stuff this week, and hopefully we'll see you at our sessions. Mm-hmm. Okay, so we got a lot to cover. I think the first thing that we should mention is... Okay.
Is it better if we just don't have mics at all? No?
Yeah,
okay.
Right. How's that?
I'm trying not to move.
Can you guys... Yeah, we're not moving.
Sorry.
Okay, sensitive speakers. So...
let's ask them about them, huh? Since we've introduced ourselves.
Indeed, yes. So who are you? Where have you guys come from? Where's all the folks from the US? Where's all the folks from the US? Raise your hand.
Okay.
Great to see you. What about Europe? Where have you come? Yeah.
Oh,
where have you come from in Europe? Shout it out.
Woo!
Sweden.
Finland.
Finland.
Woo.
You know, I was on a plane with a bunch
Norway.
of Finns
Okay,
yesterday.
Scandinavia, well represented.
Anybody from the UK?
All right. Greenland.
Greenland. Woo. Awesome, dude. Awesome. Okay, so has everybody picked up their swag? Has everybody picked up their bag, first of all? So this is the orange bag, because I'm an Office 365 kind of thing.
Kind of guy.
And basically make sure that you pick up your bag and your glass, and also lots of water, by the way.
Yes.
And also the T-shirt as well. So those are yours. Now, at the end of today's session, we got a giveaway for everybody.
Woo.
So we got one of these. I don't know. Looks like an octopus. Okay. But we've got one thing better than that, okay? We today are going to give away, one of you guys will walk away with a top-of-the-range Surface 4, okay?
Woo.
Are you excited about that, yeah?
Be excited?
All right, okay. So, what are we going to be talking about, Naomi? Tell us a little bit about the campus itself.
Sure.
Yeah?
Let's do it. So it's a great big event here, as you know. So there's a lot of tracks going on in different places. And so you can really look at these different buildings. And there are actually little bridgeways between the different buildings as well. So really, when we're looking at some of the sessions, they're trying to sort of put them in the same building. So if you're in that kind of role. So for example, Building A has most of the development sessions going on in there. So if you're a developer, that's where you're going to live a lot of the time. If you're in Building B, you're basically going to be one of the IT sort of developers and managers, influencers. You're going to be part of that in decision making. And then you're Building C, you're going to be sort of more of the IT pros. Now, we'd like to know if you guys reconcile yourselves. Do you think yourselves as an IT pro? You're in IT? You love IT?
Yeah. Where's
Okay.
IT pros?
IT
Raise your
pros,
hand.
That's right. Okay, great.
Okay. Where's the devs? Where's the devs out there?
You guys got up early? Really? Wow.
Cool. Okay. So is it true with devs, by the way, that when you're working, they just throw in a lump of meat for you guys now and again? Is that kind of how it works? Yeah.
And then the decision makers, IT decision makers.
Yeah. Where's all
Okay.
the
Wow.
the
All right.
thinkers?
Ooh, okay. All right.
Awesome.
All right. That's
Great.
good.
So we've also got the expo hall as well in this area. And also this is the area where you pick up your bag and your swag and things like that.
Yeah. So, and we've
Okay.
got a bunch of other things going on there. All right, so the schedule. So this is a very jam-packed schedule. So hopefully you guys have all downloaded the Ignite application, and we're going to talk about that a little bit more. But really what the schedule looks like for the next couple of days. Monday is all about the keynotes. So basically there's a keynote in the morning, and then there's what I term a lock note in the afternoon, right? So Scott Guthrie will be up on Monday morning, and he will give us a great set of announcements. And you have a choice in basically where you're watching it, so we'll go through that in a second. And then in the afternoon tomorrow, we will all go back over to Philips Arena, and we'll watch Satya Nadella talk about really cool stuff, because he has the innovation lock note, basically.
He is so cool, by the way.
He
He's
is
a great
awesomely
speaker.
cool. So it's funny.
Yeah, we're not worthy.
We're all not worthy, right? It's all good. But we can look at those different areas. So that's Monday. And then basically on Monday, we'll have a choice in terms of the general session as well that you go to. So directly after the keynote, you have a choice of 8 sessions, and we'll show those in just a second. And then basically once you've gone to that general session, then you'll be into the breakout mode. And then Tuesday, one of the things we're looking at there is really making sure that you're going to all of the breakout sessions. There's no keynotes on Tuesday, so you just need to head directly to the rooms that you want to go to and make sure that you're available there. And then there will be, of course, sessions running in the expo as well. So both Andy and I think we have these theater and community sessions.
That was a cool word that you just said, running.
Okay.
Yes, these guys are going to do a lot of
Running,
running.
that's right.
Okay?
I hope you have your running
because this
shoes.
is a big place, so guys, make sure that you got good shoes.
Right.
Okay, you're going to need them. Okay.
That's right, really. And then Wednesday, we're going to go through, it's the same kind of look at it. Basically, if you're here for doing certification, anybody trying to get certifications while you're here? 50% off? Good. Guy from Greenland, got a plan.
Just across the hall there as well, guys. Seriously, just across the hall, get certified.
Yes, 50% off.
50%. Awesome.
That's very good. And then there's basically Women in Technology Luncheon as well is going on. A lot of stuff for women in tech on Wednesday. And then obviously Thursday, basically we have that full day there. We've got the certification and the hands-on labs going on. And then Friday is basically just that half day. I was just curious to know, who's leaving on Friday morning? I was just curious. See if people are, okay, some folks, all right. Okay, so you guys are good. You're going to stick it through to the end. Good, I like it.
Okay,
All right.
cool.
Let's talk about the app.
So the app, who has downloaded the app? Who's got the app?
I need to see who hasn't done it?
Yes, who hasn't done it? Okay.
Who doesn't want to admit it?
Okay, right, so make sure that you guys have got the app. One thing that you will notice when you pick up the swag bag is that there is no schedule. There's no printed schedule. So you can either go online, but the best place to get the app, or the best place to get the schedule is in the app, right?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Okay, so that will tell you, and it's not just the schedule as well, it'll also give you details about the fact that you can view some of the sessions online. So, if you don't want to walk 3 miles to the next session, you can sit down and chill, and a lot of the sessions will be kind of streamed as well. Okay,
Sorry,
cool.
go through that in a little bit
So,
more.
next one. Ooh,
Right.
learning
So
opportunities.
lots and lots of stuff going on. So you have your choice really with Ignite about making it your conference. There's lots of great ways to be able to get the learning that you want. So whether you're here for certifications, whether you're here for breakout sessions to learn about the Microsoft roadmap, or just to learn from experts and customers, there's lots of opportunities to do it. So there are all these kinds of sessions that are going on. So breakout sessions this year are 75 minutes and 45 minutes.
That's new,
And
right?
that's a new way of
That's a
doing
new
it,
one,
right?
yeah.
So it's basically, depending on your attention span, you can find anything that you want. And then obviously inside of the expo, there's a number of theaters running at the same time. So there are Microsoft theaters, there are partner theaters, and then there are community theaters, which are mostly MVP type of sessions. And then there are even sessions called MVP Hub Talks, where basically it's a big Surface hub, and we're going to do some chalk talking on there to go through your issues. So those are all kind of like 20-minute sessions. So you have a range. If you want something that's 20 minutes, you want something that's 45 minutes, 75 minutes, and understanding all of those different options that are available to you. The things that are breakout sessions, 45 minutes and 75 minutes, those are all going to get recorded. So you'll be able to absorb those later on ignite.microsoft.com. So if you can't come to one of those, you don't have those questions that you need answering immediately from those sessions, then you might want to think about catching the recording. The stuff that's going on in the expo hall, in the community theaters, and I think one of the partner theaters as well, I don't think those are recorded. So if you want to catch one of those sessions, it's important to do it there. So just so you're aware of that, of what you can get later and what you can get now.
I was going to say, if you are attending the breakout sessions and you do intend to go to them, then my one tip is definitely get there early.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah,
get there
absolutely.
early because those rooms can actually fill up pretty quickly. Yeah?
And you don't want to be that guy sitting on the floor or standing in the back for 75 minutes, right?
And you don't want to be the speaker that gets a 1 because the guy couldn't get in, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
We
Yeah,
hate
please
that.
don't ding the speaker evals for things that were a problem in your room so
Yeah,
that we have
yeah.
no control over.
And that's an important point, actually. The evaluations, guys, we really live for your feedback.
That's right.
And not just for the speaker sessions, for the whole event as well, because it helps the Ignite team make the whole event better for everybody. Yeah?
Absolutely.
Okay.
So I think it's enough on that.
Now, I was going to mention, just across the hall there is all the certification and testing. The other type of learning experience is actually hands-on labs as well. So there are literally hundreds and hundreds of actual hands-on labs that you can get experience with. Some of the hands-on labs are actually instructor-led as well, and some of them you can just go in and try them. So if you've got kind of an hour or something like that to spare, that's a great learning experience.
And it's great to just experience some new things, maybe some new technologies you haven't played with before. So the hands-on labs are a great way to do that. And then you'll always have a staffer or an MVP who will always be there. So you can always ask questions and just chat to them as well. So great place.
Cool. Keynotes.
Yay,
Right.
keynotes. I know, so exciting. So Julia White will be actually presenting, and she's our host for the
MC.
conference. She's our MC, there we go, it's a good way of saying it. And so she's our MC, such that we were that formal. And so she'll be leading things off. And then obviously, as I mentioned, we'll have tomorrow morning, we'll have Scott Guthrie. Woo! And so I love the red shirt, right? He's one of the nicest guys I've met, and even retweeted something that I put out there. So I was like, yes, Israel. So, and then obviously on Monday afternoon, we will have such as innovation keynote. So I think we can expect a lot of really exciting announcements tomorrow. It's only this 2 sets of keynotes, and they've broken them up, so we're not sitting in the room for 3 hours as we often did in the past, right, at one time. And so it's a great way to be able to experience
And
that.
there's a lot of cool things coming.
There
There's
are.
a lot of cool stuff, so you definitely don't want to miss that.
That's right.
And also definitely get there early,
Yes.
because normally that pre-show thing is going to be really cool, isn't it? Yeah?
That's right.
Okay, so
gonna be good.
go and see Scott, go and see Satya tomorrow. It's going to be really cool. Okay, so next.
So you have a lot of keynote viewing options.
Keynote viewing options. Okay, so tell them.
So our keynote viewing options. So you have a choice, right? You can go over to the Philips Arena, which we strongly suggest, right?
Yes.
Because of that full experience, and
Okay.
always the breakfast is better. So if you go over to the Philips Arena first thing in the morning, that will be the place to be. But if you can't make it over there, or if you want to watch online, you're able to do that at ignite.microsoft.com. They will start broadcasting on ignite.microsoft.com at 8:30 a.m. Eastern, so you'll be able to watch it. So if you need to do that for
So
customer
like
reasons.
if I'd been out having a few beers the night before and my legs don't work, then it's cool.
Your legs
No?
will work. Go to Philips Arena. Go to Philips Arena. But the other option is also to go to Hall C. So here in this Georgia World Congress here, you'll be able to go to Hall C and be able to check that out as well. So
They're
if
on
you
big,
want to
huge screens,
huge monitors, right?
huge
So
screens.
That's another way to do it.
And you can plug
So-
in there's all the different keynotes as well.
Yes,
That's a,
yeah.
that's a cool thing, just to mention. There's loads of keynotes, and if you can't get into the room or your legs don't work to take you to the room, you can actually plug your headphones in and actually listen to those things as well. Yeah?
Exactly.
Cool.
So 23,000 people. You all have to get somewhere. So you'll be able to
That's a
figure
lot
out.
of people.
It is a lot of
That's-
people. It really
wow.
is.
Okay, cool. Okay, so viewing options. Next, general sessions. Okay, so the general sessions, there's only a handful of general sessions. So you can, if your interest is in like Windows 10, if it's in the cloud, if it's in security, then you can attend one of these really focused sessions for you. Yeah?
That's right. And so those are straight directly after the keynotes tomorrow. So as you walk back from Philips Arena, be thinking about which area you really want to go into some more. So you pick one of these 8 sessions. Again, all 23,000 of us are all going to go into one of these 8 sessions. So if you want to learn about Office, you want to learn about the cloud, if you want to do security, we'll have each of those representation areas there. So it'll be kind of a great way to sort of kick those things off. If you want to catch 2 of them at the same time, because I know Andy has the same problem as I do, which is like, I want to hear all of the things, right? All of the things are important. And so if you want to do that, one of the ways to do that is to actually go out to Hall C, and then you'll be able to see, as Andy mentioned, multiple general sessions going on at the same time. Or you can actually be in one session, and assuming the Wi-Fi is all good, you can actually listen to another session at the same time. So that's also another option.
Lovely.
So
My brain doesn't work like
I know.
that.
Well, those of us who have to multitask on Sketch quizzes may have
I was
been
going to
familiar
say
with this problem.
Absolutely. In terms of level, by the way, so if there's a topic area here that you're fairly basic with, maybe you're starting to look at the cloud, maybe you're starting to look at security. This is a great primer, because then later on in the week, some of the main sessions, you can obviously accelerate that knowledge, because those are like 2, 3, 4 level 100 sessions as well.
That's right.
All righty. Just to mention, by the way, at the end of the session, we've got mics there. If you want to ask questions, then we'll do a Q&A and make it nice and informal at the end.
It's all good.
So we kind of touched on it earlier, but hands-on learning.
Yeah, so we got lots of opportunities. Again, you can make Ignite your conference and the way that you want to learn and what it is that you're here to get. So there's lots of opportunities. You've got these hands-on labs, we've got instructor-led labs, and then we've also got the IDLs that you can play around with. So you can actually look at the IDLs if you want to on ignite.microsoft.com. So if you want to do it in your hotel room, you can do that. You can look at those afterwards as well. They'll be there for 30 days after Microsoft Ignite, so it's all good learning and a good sort of way to carry on your experience afterwards. And then you can look at some of the instructor-led labs as well and make sure that you sign up for those. They are a small group, so do make sure that you're in the schedule for those if that's something that's of interest to you.
They do fill up quite quickly.
They do, definitely.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, that sounds good. Definitely the hands-on labs, they're a great way to learn. Certification testing just across the hall there. My friend David Olfassi and his team will help you get certified. So if Office 365 is your bag, if Azure or SQL or Windows is your bag, then you are crazy not to take advantage of that 50% discount, right?
That's right. And become an MCP. It's a great certification to have on your resume, regardless of your current employer.
Absolutely, yeah. It could be your ex-employer. You could move on and earn more money, right?
I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
Who is certified, by the way? Anybody not
MCPs?
certifiable, but who's certified? Raise your hand. Do we have any MCPs in here?
We do, just a few.
Woohoo! Okay,
Good
excellent.
job.
Great.
All right,
congratulations. So, moving on. Sorry. Expert Finder. Okay.
So all of the speakers, the Microsoft staffers, the MVPs, other folks that are related in the sessions here, have all registered on the Expert Finder with their areas of expertise. So there isn't a specific Ask the Experts kind of session going on. Sometimes we have those in the expo hall, but this year at Ignite, there are so many experts, it's really hard to get everybody in one room. So if you have very specific questions, if you have things you want to talk about that's specific for your company, where the directions are, those kinds of areas, look at the Expert Finder. Again, you're going to be able to access that both in the kiosks in the expo hall, as well as looking at it on your phone, and check out the different experts. You can search by type, so if you're looking for Office 365 or Azure, or even much more granularity if you're into Azure storage, for FSS, for example, you can look at those areas too, and you can find those experts, and it'll actually show you who's on the floor right now and can actually help to answer your questions. So it's kind of a great way to be able to link up with the experts. A lot of the value you get from Ignite is just making those personal connections, whether it's with the product teams, whether it's with the MVPs, maybe customers, other experts that are coming in to talk. So it's a great way to be able to connect with people and find the experts and have those discussions that you need to have to take back the information for your company.
Just one add-on for that. The booth babes. Yes, the booth babes. So asking, Microsoft has got all of its booths that you can go in and visit and see people. These guys are actually manned by a product team. So a lot of it's product team, a lot of it's MVPs as well.
That's right.
These guys are really approachable. This is a great opportunity for you guys to get straight to the source as well. So if there's questions that you want to ask, this is definitely the best place to go. Okay?
That's right.
All righty.
Booth brains, that's however you call them that. Booth
The brains behind them.
Booth brains.
Right. Yes. Okay. Cool. The Expo map. Okay. So the Expo map, you can see right in the core, the red area in the middle is your Microsoft area. So this is all the Microsoft product groups, product teams. So if Azure is your thing, security, Windows 10, whatever, this is where you're going to find that. Then on the outskirts, you've got the different sponsors. Some of these, hundreds of these vendors. There's some great people there to meet and making real value to your products, yeah?
That's right. So it's a great way to check out the sponsors and see what products may be of interest to you, what services may be of interest to you. Notice in here that red area has a lot of the Microsoft theaters. So if you've signed up for a theater session, they're oftentimes going to be in those Microsoft theaters. And they're quite small. So if there's something of really interest to you in those theaters, make sure you actually get there early because it will fill up really quickly there. The other aspect on this is the Microsoft Store, the Ignite Store, all the stuff, all the cool things that we can buy, right? It's also in that Microsoft Expo area, basically on the left of that slide there. So it's kind of the cool things to know and the swag that you want to take home that isn't free, but cool.
And there's also a number of theaters on the outskirts of it as well.
That's right. Yeah, lots of stuff
definitely
going on.
sign up to those and go and have a look at those theater sessions. The welcome reception.
Yay. So tomorrow night, we will cram all of us into that amazing expo hall for an amazing little celebration to start off our whole event. And so it's a great way, again, to connect with people. You'll be able to see a lot more of the community activities that are going on. We'll talk about some of those in just a second. And basically a good way to be able to engage with a lot of the MVPs and the staffers on hand. So again, if you want to connect with folks, the expo tomorrow is a great way to do that. And we'll go through some networking stuff in just a second. How's that?
And by the way, there's definitely beers and alcohol at that, okay? So, that works.
I'm going to leave it from the man to Scotland.
Okay, the other thing there, the social hours as well. So as well as tomorrow, there are also a number of opportunities for you to meet and greet and make contact with colleagues and friends and obviously make new contacts as well, yeah? The Microsoft Store.
Yay.
Oh, okay. So the Microsoft Store will be open, and you can enjoy a 10% discount of things. And there's also going to be, if you buy, for example, a Xbox, you'll be able to get a free game and things like that.
That's right. Yeah, no, I have nothing else to add. All the cool stuff, right? And at least we get some discounts too, which was always appreciated. So great way to hang out.
Yeah, absolutely. You can buy your SharePoint shirt, your Windows shirt, and all those kind of fan things there. So check out the Microsoft Store.
Yay, the Microsoft Tech Community Lounge. So this is going to be one of my favorite places. And if you haven't noticed, there's a new tech community from Microsoft that goes across the whole stack. Who's a member of the tech community already? Ooh, okay.
Get signed up.
Yes, you guys need to get on there. Yeah. So techcommunity.microsoft.com is the place to go. So before we had these separate things, we had one for Azure, we had a separate community for Office 365 that was running in Yammer, and these have all now been replaced by one place, so techcommunity.microsoft.com. You can register here at the Tech Community Lounge to be a member of it, and basically it's a great place to have all of those experts together and interactions with your peers, and basically create a huge community. There are several spaces inside of there, so if you're more interested in certain stacks or certain products, you can subscribe to those things, you can get emails, and then you can obviously communicate on there and be part of that community. So great place to go. It's really a launching at Ignite, and so we want to make sure that everybody's having a great experience. So over at the Tech Community Lounge, this will be a great place. You'll be able to meet the mods there, basically, so the admins for that network are there, and then you'll also have your photo taken. So if you want to have a nice profile picture, because profile pictures are very important, people. Don't be the gray avatar man, okay? Don't do that.
You see, they're doing this three-dimensional.
I know. We're going to talk about that one.
Yeah.
So they have a great way to have those pictures taken, so you can do it right there. You can sign up, you can get a profile, and it'll be part of it. It's important to notice that the tech community, so that's being referenced here, is the same one that you're going to see as the discussion topics that you're going to follow as part of your sessions. Yeah. So as part of every single session, there is a tech community thread that's interlinked with it, And so you're going to make sure that you can actually have correspondence on there and talk to people to there, talk about the speakers on there. You'll be able to have that communication. So you need to be signed up for the tech community in order to be able to post on those threads. So please go ahead and join techcommunity.microsoft.com.
Hangout areas. Okay, so there are a number of hangout areas throughout the conference. You know, places where you can just go and meet friends, colleagues, and just chat. So we have a number of community lounges and other areas.
And huge screen, which is the
Yeah,
really
the huge
cool
screen.
I
That
love
is
it.
awesome,
So
actually. I
it is
saw that
amazing.
today.
So one of the great things with the Hangout area is basically the ability to experience lots of sessions at once if you really want to. So this is kind of the overflow area, but it's also a great Hangout space if you just want to consume little bites of sessions as well. I recommend getting a pair of headphones, bring your own, or there'll be some there on the floor as well. You can plug in basically and change the channels, and you'll be able to see all of those sessions going on, basically the live broadcast from those sessions at the same time. So if you feel like you just don't want to sit in a dark room, right, and listen to a breakout session, going to the Hangout space in Hall C is a great opportunity to do that too. You'll be able to see the tech community lounge is also there, and then you'll be able to check out some of the replays of other content that are going on too, like the Ignite Studio and podcasts that are going on at the same time. So great opportunity. So use that Hangout space. It is a big new space, and it's sort of there if you just need to take a break sometimes, but still listen to content. You'll be able to do that there.
Yay. Okay.
Yay, the cool stuff.
Now, I mentioned that this looks really cool.
It does.
By the
I
way.
want to do this.
Yeah.
We're going
I
to go
wanna
after
do
this, Andy.
Okay, absolutely. So this is the Spark 360 experience. So you can take a picture of yourself in full 3D around and surround yourself.
It's going to be amazing. Yes, and then you get some cool filters on there. Make things look like you're.
Yeah, make you look good.
It's very important, right? Way better than Snapchat filters. Yes. No, it's a whole techie good experience.
How good are these filters, by the way?
I know, really. Okay. We need good filters. No, but I do highly recommend going to check that out. So there are two of them. One is in the Hangout Hangout area, in Hall C, and then one is in the actual expo, so where the Microsoft big core expo is as well.
I'm going to be first.
Okay, you go first.
Okay,
That's good.
Cool, right.
We'll test on you. You'll be the guinea pig.
Okay, one of my favorite things, eat and relax. I love that, yes? Those are two words that really work for me, by the way. Okay, so obviously eating and drinking is going to be very important to us this week. Key thing, you're in a very hot place, so make sure that you drink plenty, yes? That's so right. You've got your water bottle here, so make sure that you drink, and there's drinks all over the place, coffee stations, so by 4 p.m. in the afternoon, I'm really pumped up on caffeine, by the way. So, and there's also lots of nice eating places as well. So these are a couple of them.
And so make sure if you're interested in the Women in Tech reception, you're able to go to that. There's both a lunch as well as an actual reception on the Wednesday, and so you can check those different areas out. So those are not just open to women, by the way. Anybody is welcome to attend, just so you know. It's just one of those things they'll have some great speakers there on Girls Who Code.
And basically, it's not just women,
no,
is
it's
it?
not
No,
just women. No,
it's
anybody who wants to go. You could go. We're all getting free lunches, so it's all good. It just depends how you want.
If you come, I'll buy you lunch, okay? Okay, cool.
That's the Scottish version of generosity.
Absolutely. Right. Okay, now this is the bit that I like, the party, okay. Yes? The celebration, okay. Now, this is great this year. What we're doing is this is called Camp Ignite. So I don't know if you like the great outdoors. I'm from Scotland, so we love the great outdoors. But irrespective of what kind of person you are, I guarantee there's going to be an experience for you. So Camp Ignite, if you like the pumped up adrenaline experience like Miss Moneypenny here, then you'll be in there, first of all. Again, if you like the more kind of jazzy blues type of experience, then again, there's something there for you. So the idea is there's something for everyone. Which one are you going to check out?
I'm going to check out all of them. Of course I am.
Yeah,
all of the things. It's
absolutely.
always the answer is always all for me. I don't like ors, only ands.
I like the Camp Lakeside, the pitch and putt. I thought that's maybe
nice.
If I'm getting a little older or something, that'll be good for me.
It's good. I thought the Delta Saints and whiskey. It sounds like fun, right?
Yeah. Okay. So check it out. That is on Thursday evening. That's going to be a lot of fun. Okay.
Good. All right.
Identifying everybody.
That's right.
Yeah.
So we've already met many of the purple shirts. Purple shirts are wonderful people. Say hello and ask them lots of questions, okay? So the purple shirts are our event staff, basically to help herd us and guide us into the right places. And so they're a great source of information, so easily identifiable. The speakers will be wearing these gray shirts as modeled beautifully by Andy and not by myself, because I don't like gray. Sound effects are optional. And so
By the
you'll
way,
be able to see.
you'll know that we're MVPs, by the way,
That's
because
right.
we got a cool MVP Extra logo here.
That's
so,
right.
you know.
So the Microsoft folks, the Microsoft dedicated full-time employees, excuse me, I should say, full-time employees will have the dark gray polo, so you'll be able to check out a Microsoft staffer. They have a slightly different version of the logo, and then external speakers such as MVPs have this light gray polo with the decking on the side there. And then inside of the expo hall, if you're wondering who you can ask a question to, again, the Microsoft staffers, so the folks on booth duty and who are there for Ask the Experts kind of time, they will have this dark gray hoodie on, and so
Is that
you'll be able
'cause
to
it's
check them
cold?
out. No, I think it's because we have to wear it multiple days in a row, so I think that's why they went with the hoodie and not the shirt. 'Cause
Okay.
nobody will come ask you questions if you wear that shirt like multiple days in a row. Just saying.
Yeah, especially this one. Yeah,
Just
might be a
saying.
bit stinky. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Okay, so that's how to identify everybody as well. Okay. Badge identification. Well, you guys have the most important badge. Okay, that's the blue badge. Yes.
Right.
So you guys, we really appreciate. I know some of you guys have come such a long way to be here. Especially, Finland, that's like the other end of the universe. So great to see, and I sat next to a whole bunch of Finns on the plane yesterday, so it was great to see you guys. So we really appreciate you traveling and taking the time, and I know it's expensive and, the cost for the hotels, but I guarantee you guys are going to learn so much this week. So what about the other badges then?
All right, so the blue badges are for attendees. Obviously, you can see there the green badges are for speakers and staffers, and then the press have the red badges. So
Yes, we
be
avoid
careful
them.
what you're saying. No.
Yeah, we avoid them, right?
Okay, it's okay. Just be aware of that, it's important. And then obviously you can check out the crew and the expo hall passes have the black and gray ones respectively. Make sure on the back, obviously, this is how to connect to the Ignite Wi-Fi, which is very important, we all need.
Yep.
And then making sure that you understand, some basic things like where's first aid if some accident does happen.
Yeah,
So
accidents do happen.
they do.
Yes.
Hopefully not, but
Yes. Okay.
just in case, you know where they are.
Oh, the app again.
Okay, so the mobile app. All right, so make sure you have connected on this, and there's all kinds of really cool stuff. So just yesterday, I noticed that there's an Ignite bot. Has anybody played with Ignite bot yet? So a couple people, 3 people. Okay, all right. You guys are overachievers. It's good because I was doing it last night. I was like, this is cool. So there is even an Ignite bot on there as part of the Skype bot framework. They've actually put together a bot for Ignite. So you can actually ask questions to the Ignite bot on Skype, on Slack, and on Messenger. So you can check that out. So you can say, hey, where's lunch, or what time does this session, or something, and then the bot will actually answer there. So there's a couple other things that I really want to draw your attention to there. So obviously there's the My Conference, so that has your schedule details. So if you've already put together which ones you're going to go to, you'll be able to see all that information there. You have the schedule builder, which actually give you recommendations on other sessions. So if you haven't finished it all, or you want to look at different sessions, if the session you're going to is busy, you'll be able to check that out. And then importantly is to look at things like the attendee networking. So again, one of the biggest values you get from Ignite is just coming together, right? And really making sure that we come together and talk to each other. And so being able to actually network with the attendees is very important. So if you're looking for folks from a different company, if you're looking for folks who have maybe the same role as you, you can do some searching there, and actually that profile data is there too. Please put your photo in the attendee networking session, okay? So make sure that you have that section filled out. You'll have that little photograph of yourself. You can upload a picture of yourself. Go ahead, take a selfie. It's all good, right? And so make it look like yourself, right? Please don't put some, robot picture or something, because it's really hard for people to network with you otherwise, okay? So it's a good place to check that out. It also helps you remember, the people that you've met, which is also a big problem that you have at Ignite or the conferences this stage.
I was going to say, just in addition to the app as well, you'll have noticed as you came in today, all the screens are around, giving details about what sessions are on as well. So if you're having a coffee or something, the screens, it shows you the status of the sessions, how busy the sessions are as well. So there's red, amber, green, red. Obviously, if if a session is full, amber if it's filling up, and so on.
Right.
So these are quite good indicators,
Yeah.
and us also on the app as
Yeah.
well.
And then you'll be able to see the session presentations on the app. So they'll be available probably 24 hours in advance. So you'll be able to check out some of the session content if you want to do it as a pre-read and then have your questions ready, or if you want to just access it while you're actually in the session itself. So you'll see the PowerPoint presentation, and then underneath you're going to see the tech community thread that I mentioned earlier. So every session has a thread, so you'll be able to access that through tech community or directly from that session page. And that's a great place to be able to ask questions, ask follow-ups, connect with other people in the session as well. So you'll be able to have that conversation and keep having that conversation even after you're left Ignite, and maybe the speakers follow up with you, etc. on there. So again, great place to ask questions, so have that open on your mobile device as well at the same time, and be able to put your questions in there too.
Absolutely. One other question that we often get asked as well is, are the PowerPoints available? Yes, they are.
Right.
They're all on Channel 9. Normally,
It's
they're
on
actually going to be...
Ignite, just ignite.microsoft.com.
Yeah, they're going to be there before the sessions as well. So you can download the presentation so you don't have to squint and see the text on the screen and things like that. That
right.
definitely helps.
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
No, it's good.
So-
And then make sure that you have your session playlist populated. So the playlists are a great way to be able to share content with colleagues as well as the content that you want to experience too. So I have a playlist for things that I must go to today or during the conference itself, and then I have a playlist for all the sessions I couldn't get to, right? And so it's a great way if you want to think about maybe separating it up by role. If you have certain IT admin positions in your group where you want to make sure that those folks are able to experience that content later, all of that content will be publicly available afterwards on ignite.microsoft.com. So you'll be able to create playlists for folks, things that might be of interest to your colleagues and other departments inside of your company. So think about creating playlists around that, and then have the ones that you want to go to specifically in the conference itself, and then the ones that you missed or want to catch later, you can have a playlist for that, and you'll be able to download all of those things too.
Cool.
That's it.
Awesome.
Lots of stuff to do there.
Ooh, Naomi's top 10.
All right, top 10 tips. It's important to go through here. So I wanted to mention, it's one of the biggest challenges I think we have at these huge conferences is just taking all of these notes, right? And making sure you have the sentient points that you wanted for later. And so we want to think about using things like Office Lens. If you're taking pictures of the screen, right? If you're taking pictures of the slides, and sometimes, it's because of the weird, the whatever position you might be in the room. Sometimes you get half of the slide cut off and it's at a weird angle and whatever. Office Lens is your friend, okay? So there's actually a document setting on Office Lens as an app. So download it, iOS, Android, and Windows. You can actually check it out. And then if you use the document setting, it'll actually make the screen, it'll actually rectify the image for you, and it'll make the text pop out much better, and then actually have a good thing there. You can actually also have a OneNote notebook open with all of your colleagues. So if you want to do collaborative note-taking, and we're all about collaboration, right? And so we want to do collaboration. We want to make sure we have a OneNote open so everybody can access that. Again, you can do that directly on your mobile phones, and make sure you have all those notes there. I realize, you can still write into OneNote as well, so that's also a great way to keep notes too. So the other option I wanted to mention to you is that Sway is a service that comes with Office 365, but you can also just look at the consumer version of it. If you haven't used Sway before, who hasn't used Sway before? Just curious. A few people?
Well,
all right.
everybody's used it. Wow.
Okay, wow. You guys are more advanced than me. Okay. So if you haven't used Sway before, Sway is kind of a great way to be able to put the content together, a lot of photo highlights. Basically, you can have a lot of pictures to share out of it, and put your text in there, and then be able to click through and links from those different areas of your Sway. And Sway is basically rendered beautifully in mobile apps as well as on a desktop or a Mac or whatever you happen to be using. So it's kind of a great way to be able to share highlights of stuff afterwards and then be able to link to your OneNote. So it's kind of good for that trip report. It makes it look a lot fuller as well, so you're not writing pages of notes. Cool. So I mentioned the Ignite app. Please use the attendee networking part of it, right? It's great to be able to meet new friends here, and make sure that you can connect with other people that you might want to, especially if you're a large company. You may not know some of your colleagues from across the world, right? So make sure you're able to connect with them there. And use that Find the Experts all the time, right? It's a great way to get answers. Again, one of the biggest values of being here at the conference is being able to connect with the people, right? It doesn't matter if it's the product teams that you're trying to get to from Microsoft. A lot of folks are here. If it's MVPs, if it's just connecting with experts and other customers who are speaking. So one of the big values you get from this conference, talk to people. Okay.
I think that's important because, I mean, a lot of the content that's online, you can watch that later. You can't speak to the people.
Exactly.
You don't have access to that.
And you don't know who they are a lot of times.
That's right. That's right, exactly.
So if you really want to get to some of the engineers, this is a good time to do it.
Yeah.
Okay. And then obviously the theater sessions, as I mentioned, those are not recorded for the most part. There's a couple of Microsoft theaters that are, but it's hard to define that on the, or divine that, excuse me, on the session scheduler as to which ones are recorded and which ones are not. So if there's a theater sessions, and so you see them with a breakout code THR on them, if there's a theater session, please go to that one if that's one that's really, really important to you, because it's likely that it won't get recorded. As I mentioned before, creating those playlists, make sure you're targeting the different roles inside of your company. It's a great way to be able to explore that content later and then to be able to share it out with your colleagues as well. All right, let's talk about little things around networking, because we already had a couple of questions on the tech community in this session in terms of asking about how do I do networking, okay? So the first thing I want to remind you, and I'm including myself very much in this, we are all on the geek spectrum, okay? So you know what it means, right? So even if you're highly introverted, if you're very shy, I know it's difficult to connect with folks sometimes. But the first tip is always to say hello, just say hello. Like the amount of people who just sit there and just don't make any contact with folks, just say hi, right? We all have a common interest. We're here at this conference. It's a great way to be able to experience. It's a great way to meet new people. So please say hello to each other and take the impetus to say hello first. You can always ask like an open-ended question, right? Of like, what are your goals for coming to the conference? You know, ask those questions in terms of what technologies you're more interested in, those kinds of things. What are the challenges you have at work? Ask an open-ended question. Helps to get that conversation rolling.
It might end up being a future customer.
Absolutely. Customer,
might end up
partner,
being a future
employer, all kinds of stuff, right?
Right?
So make those connections. It's really valuable. Some of the best friends we've ever met, I know, have come from these great big conferences here too. As we mentioned earlier, make sure you hydrate. Please drink lots of water. It is very hot outside if you're not used to this. I'm from Texas, so this is like, oh, this is balmy. But if you're not used to this, very quickly between the air conditioning inside of the Congress Center here and then the heat outside, you can dehydrate very quickly. There will also be a lot of partying, as you guys know. So I like to party. I know you guys do too. So it's kind of an intense experience sometimes at Ignite. So we have long hours and then we have long parties afterwards. Again, make sure you're drinking lots of water as part of that too. And then obviously party responsibly, okay? You guys know this, I know that. You're here for the early session, so I know you guys are already responsible, right? So, but for the later folks, it's one of those things. Make sure all of those pictures, they do last on social media for forever. So even though it seems like a really good idea at the time, do it, okay? Right? So. And then make sure we're obviously carrying on these conversations in the Microsoft tech community. As I mentioned, please keep those conversations going. There's no reason you can't continue your Ignite experience later on in the tech community. So really trying to drive a lot of folks there, have the ability for people to connect together there and to keep having those interactions with the product teams. We know as the cycle of change is happening much faster in IT now, so just having a big event once a year is not enough. So if you really need to keep up to date, connecting with the product teams, seeing some of the newest things that are coming out, you're going to see a lot of those conversations pushed to the tech community, so make sure you're part of it. All right, and number 10 is my pitch, I'm afraid. So on Thursday at 10:15, I have a meetup that I'm running, and I hope that you guys will come to it. It is a computer science education for all children. So one of the ways that we can give back is to actually look at how we can contribute to computer science education. I know it's something that's very important to a lot of folks, whether it's for your children or just for being able to understand, the future demographic in this country and beyond. And so you want to make sure that you're sort of part of that and have some opportunities to do that. I have a whole bunch of other sessions. Andy does too. I have 8 sessions that I'm presenting. I have 3 video podcasts and a bunch of other stuff going on too. So please come to any of those sessions. I really, really appreciate it. And I'll turn over to Andy for his tips.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so my top 10 tips. Number 1, as I said, don't try and attend every single session. You'll burn yourself out and you just won't make it, to be honest. And make sure that you give yourself a little bit of time to socialize in between, because that's, as we said, that's a really important aspect of being here at Ignite. Number two, I would say, don't be late to sessions. We've both been coming to Ignite and TechEds for quite a number of years now. There's nothing worse and nothing more disappointing than turning up late and you don't get in the room, and it is disappointing. And even though you can actually watch the session afterwards, it's sometimes nice to be there as well because you can ask questions. Number three, definitely give feedback. That, as I said, that is so important to us. We really thrive on your feedback.
And the conference organizers too.
Absolutely,
Right?
it's so important, yes. And also you can actually win prizes as well. There's often prizes to be won on the subject of prizes. We know we got prize, haven't we? Okay, well, are you thinking of a question? Okay. Number four, solve problems. So one of the great things about coming to a tier one conference like this is that you get to meet the core people. You won't get this sitting at home, you won't get this watching online. You have got an opportunity here to speak to product teams, product people. You could potentially influence future versions of products with your conversations. And you know, it's a very, very important community. So Naomi mentioned that community. Definitely have a look at that tech community. It's going to be really good. Number five, I would say get certified. This is a fantastic opportunity, especially with the 50% discount. I would just definitely get in there. In fact, I think I will. I'm going to go in there this week and get some more certifications. Number six, get the hands-on labs. Get the hands-on experience. Again, you won't have another opportunity like this. Some of these labs are quite complex to set up, especially labs in the cloud, and you're doing things like hybrid deployments and so on. This is a great experience. The platform is Learn on Demand. They have a fantastic learning experience. And again, if you feel that I'd like to do some hands-on labs, but maybe I just need a little bit of guidance, then the instructor hands-on labs, they're really awesome. So definitely give yourself an opportunity for those.
And you can get the interactive digital labs, remember? So there's the three types of labs there. So there's the certification ones, there's the HOLs themselves, then there's the instructor-led ones, and then the interactive digital labs, I think they call them. And so those are through your mobile app, you can have access to those, and you'll have those for up to 30 days after Ignite. So it helps you to prioritize the things that you can do now versus the things you can do later. So.
Okay, now my friend Vladimir sat down there and he knows about the next one. Grab the swag. There is some awesome swag to be had here, okay? Many a conference we've spent, you'll see me running around and we'll definitely grab the swag. And I gotta say, by the way, in many cases, Microsoft has the best swag. Am I right? I'm right, right? I'm right.
Swag
so Microsoft booths have the best swag. But again, there's some really good competitions out there. I mean, there's some crazy. I think, did I not see that they're giving away a motorbike?
That's right. AvePoint has the Ducati giveaway.
Wow,
yeah.
that's amazing.
So
I don't know if I'll
somebody
get that
will
back
go
on the
with
plane,
a motorbike.
though.
I know. I think they'll ship it to you wherever you are in the world.
All right.
It's pretty
Okay,
cool. Pretty cool.
So yeah, grab the swag and definitely be sociable, okay? Meet new friends, colleagues, contacts. This is your opportunity to influence people, and we're all very approachable. So, you see the gray shirts, the darker shirts, we love having conversations. Don't feel that, oh, they're a speaker, they don't want to talk to us. Yeah, we want to speak to you, so come and say hello, all right? Then number 9, I would say definitely go to the party.
Yes,
okay,
gotta
anything
do it.
with alcohol,
Gotta do
you've got to be there, right? I'm from Scotland, so we know about alcohol, okay? We're experts on alcohol, so...
And the good thing is this year, I think, because they have these 4 different camps that
Yeah.
we're taking over the whole of Centennial Park, and so they have these 4 different camps, so you can find the vibe that suits you, right? So if you like a quieter vibe, if you want to just chill and relax, because the conference has been very intense, you'll be able to do that. If you want to get really pumped up, you'll be able to do that too. And if you want to play golf with Andy, you can do that too.
I'm good. I tell you, I want to go with the bluegrass music.
All right,
I
there you
really wanna
go. Get the
experience
southern
it.
vibe. It's good. It's
By the
good.
way, this morning I did something that I've always wanted to do. I ate grits, okay? Strongly recommended, especially if you've come from Europe, try grits, okay? It's an experience, all right? Okay, so number 10, my number 10 is don't forget to attend my sessions, okay? So I've got a couple of sessions. I've got my top 10 tips. Find your Office 365 mojo, my top 10 tips about Office 365. And I've got my main primary session is on Wednesday morning at 9 a.m. And that's Favor the Bold, my top 10 security secrets for Microsoft Azure. Okay, so
security
come along.
secrets.
Yeah, secrets. Yeah, absolutely. I can tell you, but it's
You
a
have to
secret.
keep them secret, exactly.
Yeah,
a very
I-
secure secret.
I could tell you, but then
Do
I'd
you-
have to kill you.
Oh, okay. How many
So,
encryption keys do you
that's our top 10. Connect with us. Okay, we're all sociable. Okay, so Channel 9 are broadcasting here as well. They've got the
that's right.
live streams and live shows. We're on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, you name it, we're on it. We've got the app here, so definitely contact.
That's right.
Naomi.
And then, yes, and so if you're on Twitter, who's on Twitter?
Andy Malone.
Okay, Andy Malone. all right. For those of you who are not on Twitter, you can still follow the hashtag MSIgnite. So even if you're not part of Twitter, but I do encourage you to be out there because it's good. You'll see some updates there from speakers as well as what's going on in the conference. And there are all sorts of little swag prizes to go along with that too. That third one actually should be the techcommunity.microsoft.com and not the Yammer Network, which doesn't exist anymore, but it is there too.
Excuse me,
and
Naomi,
then-
did you
and then-
say swag?
I said swag. I
So
might
you
have
said-
mentioned the swag. So go check that out. And then obviously there's
puppy.
also the Facebook too that you can connect on as well, and make sure you see the updates from Microsoft Ignite as well.
Okay.
So
Now we have to think about how we're going to give this away.
I know. Does anybody have any tips? No.
How about a question?
How about a question? Seems
How about
like
a
a
question?
good question.
Okay.
It's good to be brave.
Okay, so the first person. Okay, the first
run to
person.
microphone.
Okay. First person. Here's the question. What does the red badge mean?
Oh, God.
Over here. Who said that?
Who said that?
Yes, come over here, sir. Give this man a
Too
round of
fast.
applause. Yep, you, come here.
That was good.
Look at that. I've never seen him move so fast. Look, there you go. What's your name, sir?
Matthias.
Matthias. Where are you from?
you.
Where have you
Sweden.
Sweden. There you go.
Wow.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Matthias.
Okay?
Thanks.
Give the man a big round of applause. Thank you. Awesome. Awesome. Okay, so don't feel left out, though.
Yes.
Don't feel left out. You can still pick up one of these.
It's an octopus.
USB.
Who doesn't want
See,
it? Come on.
it's an object of desire. You know you want
Absolutely.
one. Okay. So what should we open it up for questions?
Absolutely. Please go to the mics if you do have a
Yeah.
question.
So if you've got a
And-
question or you want to share something, please go to the microphone and we'd love to hear your questions.
Are you guys excited? Yes?
Yeah?
Yes?
Really? Are you
Yes?
excited? Come on. Yes?
Was this helpful to you? Did you learn stuff today? Yes? Okay, good.
Okay.
Shaking. So,
Cool.
Go for it. That's good.
So any
Go
questions?
to the mic. Go to the mic. Come on, be brave. Be brave, my friends. Get up there. You have to be there pretty early at the Philips Arena, so if you want to get that seat there, I would probably leave maybe 20 minutes, something like that. Something
definitely
like
get
that
there
before.
Because there's a
to make
pre-show
sure.
as well.
There is, yeah.
There's
and
going to
then
be a
we'll
pre-show.
broadcast
And
that too.
remember, we're like 20-odd thousand people here, so
Yes.
this is going to be huge.
The great
this is nothing
decampment,
today.
and then decampment.
But tomorrow, you're in for an awakening tomorrow. This place will be mobbed tomorrow.
Exactly. So
Okay.
it would be crazy.
Yes, sir. Go
Great
ahead.
question. Thank you.
Hey, how's it going, guys? I have a question for the audience. How many of you guys are Windows Insiders?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
How many Windows Insiders do we have here? I'm an insider.
You guys mentioned an opportunity to give feedback. That's the program that we want everyone to be a member of if you want to keep giving feedback after Ignite. And the Insiders are going to be at the Microsoft Showcase if you guys want to stop by and see our booth when we have a show.
Absolutely. That's an awesome program, by the way.
It is an awesome
Yeah.
program. Windows Insider, get on there.
Okay.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah,
Shape the
absolutely.
product. That's right.
Yeah.
So-
I mean, don't sit there complaining about products. You can make a difference. Here, speak to these people.
That's right.
You know.
Any other questions?
Okay. Any other questions?
All right.
No.
Go for it. Get up there on the mics. Get up there.
On that last slide, you had the Yammer link.
Yes.
and the LinkedIn logo.
Uh-huh.
Are you forecasting anything?
No, you have the opportunity to connect with LinkedIn there, just to see the conferences out there too on LinkedIn. There's a lot of posts going on, but we're not forecasting any changes between Yammer, LinkedIn, or anything else there. The tech community is where it's at, so techcommunity.microsoft.com.
Yeah, definitely get
Sorry,
signed
go
up.
ahead. There's a question. Get up there.
Yeah.
Don't be frightened.
Hey,
So there is no country reception anymore? In the past, we had always a country reception in some kind of...
Yeah, country lounges. I don't know, actually. I think there's areas for that, but I actually haven't seen. I haven't been around the expo hall yet. I'm sorry, because they only just opened it for staffers, but I haven't seen if there's actually specific country lounges yet. Sorry, I don't know.
no,
I don't
think so.
I don't think there is either.
No.
Stick with your products.
Gives you a chance to mix with other people, though.
Yes.
Right? That's, yeah.
Where are you from? Germany?
Germany.
Anybody else
Hey.
from Germany here? Okay, connect with these people. Okay, all right. May say hello and be friends.
I got to say, by the way,
Guten Tag and be friends, sorry.
I practically live in Norway, and I got up for breakfast this morning, and there was an Atea badge, and I thought, my goodness me, I'm still in Norway.
Right, exactly, that's what it feels like.
Yeah.
All right, thank you guys so much.
Thank you so much.
We really
Remember to
appreciate
pick up
it.
your
Thank
gift. Thank you.
you.